Snorlax in Pokemon Unite has so many secrets. He has hidden features, he has wrong descriptions, he has things that aren't talked about in his descriptions, he has weird item uses. There are so many things going on with Snorlax, and I'm so excited to cover them. So let's get started here so you can learn so much about Big Papa. Okay, so for Snorlax's first two skills, he gets Tackle and he gets Rest. So what Tackle does is it causes you to lunge forward and knock up the enemy for a little bit, and it does a pretty decent amount of damage. Another thing you may have noticed is that my boosted attack gauge is now charged up, so I can follow that up with a boosted attack. A couple of things to know about Tackle is that that boosted attack that you get does not go away, meaning it typically, if you go ahead and you try to use your attacks and then you don't follow them up with your boosted attack, they will disappear. See how they disappeared from underneath my health bar? Well, with Tackle, you get that and it does not go away. It will stay there forever, so you always know that you're going to have a boosted attack to follow up with after you use Tackle. So pretty nice to be able to rely on that. And as long as we're on the topic of starter skills, something I forgot to mention about Tackle is that it hits everyone around Snorlax. So, boom! You can use this to strategically hit multiple Pokemon, like these bees here. Also, since it creates a boosted attack after you use Tackle, you get another attack that creates a big pile of damage around him, an area of effect. Snorlax cleaves with his basic attacks, so he's going to hit kind of in an arc around him. So keep that in mind when you're sitting here trying to take out wild Pokemon. Now let's move on to Rest here. And Rest is really interesting, so if I take a look at stats here, this is important. So I need to go ahead and calculate what 8% is of 4,077. So Snorlax here, when he uses Rest, he heals 3 times for 8% of his health per tick. So I'm going to go ahead and fall over, and I'm probably going to heal for 326 per tick. Yep, 326, 326, 326. So he heals for 24% of his health when he uses Rest. Another thing to keep in mind with Rest is you're unstoppable, but also you become an object. So that means that people can't go through you. So if I'm on this side of Zeraora cannot walk through me. Wigglytuff will bounce off of me. But now let's move on to his other skills here. He gets them at level 6, and he has Heavy Slam or Flail. I'm going to start with Heavy Slam. The reason why we're talking about levels here is this is a big deal on Snorlax because he gets his skills a little bit later than other Pokemon. He gets it at level 6, and then he gets his other one at level 8, and we'll start with Block. And then he doesn't get his Unite move until level 10. So this is similar to like a Garchomp or a Gardevoir. Big difference for Snorlax, though, is that he does not evolve, meaning that he does not have to last hit something in order to advance to the next evolution. But now let's pop these up to level 15 here so we can see how much damage they do. Heavy Slam here. You pop up onto somebody and you knock them up in the air. And they're knocked up in the air for a pretty decent amount of time. It's a really hard crowd control skill, and it does 1,300 damage. The difference between Heavy Slam and Heavy Slam Plus is just a damage increase. So it goes from 1,300 to 1,717, meaning that it's about a 32% increase in damage. A few more things to consider when using Heavy Slam. Heavy Slam has pretty decent range, and everybody that's in that circle is going to get knocked up. So you can use this to knock up a bunch of Pokemon that are hiding in the grass. And to show you what I'm talking about here, all these bees are all going to get stunned at the same time. So use this in conjunction with other Pokemon on your team, like Cramorant's Whirlpool or his Surf, or really just pick whatever skill you want. This makes it so you stun all the enemy Pokemon, and you stun them for a decent amount of time to make it so you can get extra hits in. It's also good for hopping over walls, so this area over here, you can hop over that. Or if you're trying to hang out around Zapdos, you can be like, hello, and then just go over the wall like that. Be creative with all the different uses you have for Heavy Slam. Now, here's Snorlax's first big secret, Block. So with Block, what happens is you put up this big shield that you can run into other Pokemon with. So when you run into them, they will get stunned, you can smash them up against a wall, you can push them away, you can do all sorts of stuff. Also, you're unstoppable, so you're not going to be hit by hindrances while this is happening. The other thing you'll notice is that you gain a shield on your Snorlax, like on my health bar. Make it so you can take more damage that way. And then also, if we take a look at the stats, defense and special defense go up by 25%. So you might be wondering, well, where's the secret? The secret is that Block and Block Plus are the same thing. There's no difference. But now if you take a look at the descriptions, it'll say that Block Plus makes it so you take less damage. Not true. So I don't know if this is a bug. Either way, I would expect it to change. Something's going to happen. Some point in the future, they're going to fix something, because this is probably not intended. Secret number 2. about Snorlax is also about block. So if you take a look at block here, there's 3 speeds. There is just block, where you use the skill and you run forward. However, if you have an X speed equipped, you can block and then press X speed and you will speed up. But that's not even the exciting one. The really exciting one is if you press X speed first and then you press block and then you just charge at a Big Papa style. Also, I don't think this is intended. That's probably going to change. I should note, I'm recording this on September 20th, 2021. I would expect patches coming in that are going to fix some of these weird things about Snorlax. I'm guessing that for some reason, if you use X speed first, it causes you to ignore the decrease in movement speed that you're supposed to get. That's my guess. Because also, if you go ahead and go into an enemy lane and you typically would go ahead and be slowed, right? I'm moving so slow. Well, if you use X speed, you can run right through that. X speed does a bunch of other really weird things too that kind of mimic full heal. Maybe we could talk about that in another video, but I think X speed has a few problems, this being one of them. So now on to Flail and Yawn, and I'm really excited to talk about Flail because I feel like everybody knows Flail can be good, but we don't know exactly how it works. And we're going to talk about exactly how it works. Before we continue, a reminder that we have a whole new channel, Pokemon Unite Guides. If you're already over there, thank you very much. But if you're on SwingPoynt, go check it out. It's a whole channel dedicated to Pokemon Unite. We just started it a couple weeks ago, and it's been doing great. So thank you so much for checking that out, and then let's continue with the video here. So what you already know about Flail, you probably already know that when you use it, you get a speed boost for a little bit, right? Charging at you. What it also does is it increases your attack power. So typically, Snorlax's basic attack is going to hit for 345. Well, when Flail Plus is active, and he's at full health, he will do 972 damage, which is a huge increase from the 345. But what you probably also know if you read the description is that if Snorlax takes a bunch of damage, the damage on Flail increases. So let me go take some damage and show you how big it can get. So you know that 972 I showed you before? Well, that can go all the way up to 1733. Which is awesome. That's a 78% increase. Now you might be wondering, okay, well, but how does it change as he loses health? Does it just kind of go up gradually, or are there chunks where it gets better? Well, with the help of a website called Unite DB, we can answer some of those questions. We've talked about this website before. They have exact numbers on a bunch of this stuff, so link will be in the description if you're curious. So the website states that damage is increased for every 20% of HP that Snorlax is missing. So the base is going to be from 100 to 80%. And then when Snorlax is underneath 80%, that's one tier. When he's under 60%, that's another tier. Under 40, under 20. So that 1733 that I was showing you, that's because we are under 20% health and he had the max amount of damage that he can get. Something else that's pretty unique about Flail is that typically skills use a modifier based off of your attack or special attack, a modifier based off your level, and then a base amount of damage. However, something unique with Snorlax and Flail is that he also gets a bonus based off of his max HP, and that increases per tier of Flail. So technically, if you're running like Buddy Barrier or the Chaos Cookie, your damage on Flail is going to go up. It's pretty cool. I think that's awesome. Now, there's something very important to know about Snorlax if you're using Flail. He gets Flail Plus at level 12. It's a huge milestone for the Flail skill. Reason being is that not only does it do more damage at Flail Plus, Snorlax gains the ability to heal while he's using Flail. So if you take a look at Flail here, see how I'm not healing? Well, if I go ahead and get this up to level 12, let's go to level 15, you'll note that I start healing. So Flail, and then ba-bam. You see how I get a big chunk of health there? A couple of things to note about the healing. The healing is kind of based off of how much damage you do. So now that I crossed into the next threshold here, you'll see I'm doing less than that 519, right? I only healed for 462. Another really important part about it is that this only works up until about 40% health recovered. See? I'm no longer getting any more healing. One other thing I noticed about Flail is if you use Flail next to someone, you see how little stomp you do? Well, that stomp causes a slow. Come here, Apom. Bonk. And you see how he slows down? There you go. Oh, and actually, wait. I almost forgot. Something that's really cool about Flail, that's very important about Flail, is its cooldown. So Flail, while it's active, lasts for 4 seconds. Okay? The reason why that matters is that the cooldown on Flail is only like 6.5. So that means you can have Flail up almost all the time. And you could be doing a lot more damage almost all the time. So keep that in mind when you're using Flail. Keep using it, keep using it, keep using it. Okay, but now we're on to Yawn. And I love Yawn because Yawn's uniquely strong at stunning people. So what Yawn does is you go, and you spit out a big yawn. What's cool about Yawn is it lasts for 2 seconds. That's a long time in crowd control land. Let me tell you, when you're under the effects of Yawn, those 2 seconds feel like forever. Another cool part about Yawn is it works through walls. But the thing you really need to know about Yawn that makes it very, very, very strong is that it affects everyone who's in front of it. So, everybody's sleeping. That is so devastating in a team fight. If you got 3 of them that are crumped up together, you can just be like, hello, everybody's taking a nap today. You tired? I'm tired. Let's all just take a sleepy. You tired? Yeah, I'm tired. Let's take a nap. Everybody takes a nap. Ooh, you see that? That's another one of Snorlax's secrets that we're going to talk about. So I love Yawn. Yawn's great. It has a 12-second cooldown, which is kind of long, but it is extremely effective in team fights. And now finally onto Snorlax's Unite move here, and this is where Snorlax secret number 3 kicks in. So, the way his Unite move works is he flops on his back. He heals for, I believe, 75% of his health. It used to be 100% and they nerfed it. And what you'll notice as well is that he causes damage and a knockup when he first hits the ground, and then he pulses out damage. So, 927 on the first hit, and then he pulses, what I believe, 3 more times of 463 a pop, resulting in 2,316 damage. Now, the secret about this is that Snorlax can roll while he's in the middle of this. And that roll will count as another pulse and do a little bit more damage. So if you take a peek here, we go on our back, and then if we press ZL again, we can roll. And then you'll note that the final damage comes to 2,779. So it's a way to get a little bit of extra damage and then also move your Unite move around in case people start running away from you. You'll also note that we become unstoppable, meaning we ain't going anywhere. However, actually, I just remembered, you can be stopped while you're doing this. If Slowbro uses his ult on you, you will not be doing damage anymore. I believe. You're not going to be in your aura anymore. But what will continue to work is your healing. And last but not least is Snorlax's passive. And this contains Snorlax secret number 4. So, the way his passive works is it increases the effect from berries. So typically a berry is going to heal you for 1,500 health. Well, in Snorlax's case, that's going to be double. You see the 1,500 happen twice. But now there is an unlisted mechanic for his passive. And you probably don't notice it due to the angle in which you run. So typically, when you're playing Snorlax, I'm sure many of you have noticed this, but you're running around, and you see how happy he gets? Look how happy he is. What makes him happy? I used to think that it's because he just kind of gets his momentum going and then he's happy. But no, it is his passive. So if you go ahead and take a look here, his passive causes him to increase his movement speed when there's a berry nearby. He gets very happy. The happiness is the indicator that he's moving faster. And now if you need proof, take a look at how happy he is. And now, let's go ahead and eat both berries. You see how he's just losing his crap right now? Well, let's eat berry number 1 and berry number 2, and then get out of the range of where the berries were. Now let's walk back. You see how he's not doing it anymore? He gets excited about berries, and he gets increased movement speed around berries. He also, if these are still up here, no, they're not. Oh, they are. He will also get increased effects from these guys, these berries, and you'll see he gets excited again. He loves his berries. He's so happy when he got a berry around. Something to know about the berries is that you can eat enemy team berries. Another thing to know about the berries is that they have a 40-second cooldown. So keep in mind, whenever you eat a berry, take a look at your clock, and then you know when you can go back again. And I'm going to wait around here, and then we're going to see that he's excited again because the berries are back. They don't talk about that at all in the description of his passive, but he gets increased movement speed when he sees a berry, and he makes this animation. And now on to items for Snorlax. It's actually pretty easy to pick items for him because of the way he's built. So he's got a lot of health, he's got a lot of defense, and he's got a lot of chunk. So if you keep all that in mind, a good item for him naturally is the Focus Band, because he recovers a lot of HP with it, because he has like 9,900 HP, and it boosts his already strong defense. Another item that's pretty good on him that I really like using to make him more of a bully in lane is the Score Shield. Score Shield is great on him because you can already be aggressive with his moves in lane. He's very strong early game. But then if you push towards an enemy goal zone and you have like 2 or 3 energy on you, you can just lay down Score real quick, and that's going to heal you a bunch. So this is a great way to bully people and push people back, because you can just get a little bit of energy and then score. Get a little bit of energy and score, and that keeps your health up like a monster. And then finally, until they do something about it, you can put Buddy Barrier on just about any Pokemon. Works great on him because it helps out your team, and it gives him even more shield than he already has when he uses his Unite move. We do viewer games on Twitch, and we stream on Twitch just about every single night. I'd love to see you guys over there if you want to participate. Also, we have a whole new channel, Pokemon Unite Guides, and if you're already watching over there, thank you very much. But if you're on SwingPoynt, go check it out. It's a whole channel dedicated to just Pokemon Unite content, and I'm going to start posting exclusive Pokemon Unite stuff over there in the near future. And we just started it like 2 weeks ago, so you can get over there and be one of the first people to ever be over there, and you'll get bragging rights. With that, thank you so much. I hope you learned a lot about Snorlax here. I know I sure did doing some research, and I hope you have a lot more fun playing Big Papa. So with that, you guys are the best, and I'll see you in the next video that we do around here.